Hey everyone, welcome back to Sunfire Fire channel. So, I have I was thinking about Avatar The Last Airbender, and so when I was watching a video, and there's the age-old questions like, why couldn't Aang kill Fire Lord Ozai when he's killed a bunch of people before? I mean, so I've heard different aspects of each side. Like, there's people who say, yeah, he killed a bunch of people, and I'm basically on their side too. He killed a bunch of people. And there are other people on the other side who say, no, he didn't kill them. I mean, unless they said it in the actual show that he killed them, he didn't kill people. But it's just like, come on, the writers you don't need to always say something for it to be true. Okay, it's like when they were at the, I think it was the Southern Air Temple. No, I think it was the Northern Air Temple. When they were at the Northern Air Temple, it wasn't like when those when the Fire Nation tanks were going up the tower. The tower is huge. It's in the clouds. That's how huge it is. So it's on a mountain with snow. So Aang cannot think that once he got rid of the when the tanks attached to the he cannot think when the tanks attached to the building, it didn't, and he took the attachments off, the tank would fall and the people in there would be all right. Or like he created an avalanche. He didn't directly kill them, but he created an avalanche, which, if you didn't usually, if you people die in avalanche, but sometimes they don't. If the avalanche didn't kill you, the fall from the tower would kill you. So, and the season one finale, when he killed people over a fish. Yeah, it's the moon spirit, but it's like, but he he merged with the ocean spirit. He unleashed a giant attack on them. And he unleashed a giant attack on them, and he drowned a bunch of people. He killed Zhao, obviously. And you can be like, oh, but when he was at the Northern Water Tribe, he was in the Avatar state. Well, yeah, when he was at the Southern when he was at the Southern Air Temple, he wasn't in his Avatar state. He fully was aware of what he was doing. So yeah, I'm on the side of Aang killed a bunch of people, because obviously we saw Fire Lord Zhao in Korra, which is canon. No one, even if you don't like Korra, we saw we saw, I said Fire Lord Zhao. We saw Commander Zhao, Admiral Zhao. He used to be commander. We saw Admiral Zhao in the spirit world, because as a prisoner of the fog, the spirit fog. So he's dead. And so Aang has killed a bunch of people, whether he was in the Avatar state or not in the Avatar state. But the re but the reason why he didn't keep reason why he didn't want to kill Fire Lord Ozai, and obviously he didn't, for people, spoiler if you didn't see the end of the series, he didn't kill him. So the reason why he didn't kill Ozai is the um the episode is due, I think, is solely due to the episode, um the Fire Lord, the Avatar and the Fire Lord in season 3. um I think that had the sole purpose of redirecting Aang to not killing Ozai. I mean, yes, he is the cause of the whole world's downfall. And well, I wouldn't say he's the whole cause. I mean, his Fire Lord Sozin was the big catalyst in how everything has happened over the 100 years. But Ozai, not much better, trying to solve it and solve anything. And so what I'm basically saying is that I think Fire Lord, when Aang was at the Southern Air Temple. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it the Southern? It was the Southern Air Temple. No, Southern Air Temple was when he found Monkey Atso. He's from the Southern Air Temple. They were at the last Air Temple they were at was the Eastern Air. So they were at the Southern Air Temple because that's when they found the what's his name the one that they thought were air people, air nomads at first, but they weren't air nomads. So, and also I forgot, I think he with the air balloon, he put a hole in the air balloon. So obviously they weren't gonna what they were all the way again in the clouds, and he punctured the air balloon. So and they're not air nomads, they're not gonna fly. And um they don't have the air instrument. So I don't know why I can't think of it at first. When they were the thing is, when they were at Ember Island in the Fire Lord and the Avatar and the Fire Lord episode, um Aang gets uh Aang gets a vision from uh Fire Lord Roku, and he tells Aang about how Fire Lord Sozin was his best friend. And I'm the so I think I'm obviously not gonna tell you the whole entire story because that's not the point of this video. But if you look at it, I believe that um that was was the catalyst of a not really in his heart fully not wanting to kill Fire Lord Ozai, because Aang is a pacifist. Um, because Aang is a pacifist, he doesn't want to use violence. That's why most air nomadic most of the time when air nomads fight, they use defense techniques, and that's in more than offensive techniques. And because he doesn't want to hurt anyone, and he's also a vegetarian because he doesn't want to hurt animals either. um so why it was obviously he didn't directly kill when he was at the Southern Air Temple, but I mean, it's obvious that they died. And it's a war. People on both sides are going to die. So the reason so he indirectly killed them at the Southern Air Temple, but he's going to directly kill someone. He's going to look them in the eye. He didn't look at the people in the eye at the Southern Air Temple when they died. And again, this is indirect. He indirectly killed them. So basically, gravity took its course, and at the end of the day, gravity kind of killed them. Um, so he indirectly killed them. He was just trying to save himself at that point. But sometimes stuff just happens the way you don't want it to, and those Fire Nation soldiers died when he was in So when he was facing Fire Lord Ozai in Sozin's comment, he was looking him in the eye. He's a human, a live human being. He has a human heart. And the whole when Fire Lord Roku when Avatar Roku came to Aang in a vision, he showed him that Fire Lord Sozin, this humanized this Aang already knew that obviously human life is precious. But then when he saw the full story of Ozai, this made of Ozai and the basically even though Ozai wasn't a part of that story at all, this showed that even the worst people have backstories. They are sons, they are fathers, they are daughters, they are friends. So the most evil human being that to have ever lived, who started the 100 Years' War, was the friend of the man who was supposed to save the entire world, his best friend. They were both best friends, Fire Lord Sozin and Avatar Roku. Avatar Roku confirms that he was his best friend. Then there is a huge barrier that is put between Aang and his right to be and his right to save the entire world. Because as we know, heroes morally would do the right would they would do the best thing for the sake of good. And so like if um say any type of soldier who wasn't Aang would like Sokka, he was just like, well, the 100 Years' War is bad. You've been in a iceberg for 100 years. I've had to face it. I've had to lose my dad, even though he's not dead. My dad left to go fight in the war. I was the only male left in my tribe. I had to look after my little sister who also witnessed the death of my mom, our mom. So we have a huge if Aang or Katara if Sokka or Katara would like, if they said you need to kill the Fire Lord, they would jump. Sokka would jump at the chance to kill it, because it's like, we were finally done. All of this anguish, everyone who has been done wrong has been extinguished. No pun intended, but kind of pun intended. Because of we took out Fire Lord Ozai. But Sokka and Katara didn't see the vision that Aang saw, that Roku gave him. And you see all these events play out. Roku shows Aang all the events that played out. And Aang realizes, like I said, this was Ozai, Sozin was a friend. Even though we didn't see his parents, he was the prince, so he had parents. Even though we didn't see them, he had parents. So, and his parent and Sozin was happy. So his parents must have been, and this is my opinion, even since this is my opinion, he was happy, so his parents must have loved him. And they must they and so he was so he must have had a good childhood. So to have parents who love him, and to have a best friend who loves him just as much as he loves Roku. So, and like, to tell you the truth, if I was in Aang's position, I would be a little more like I would know, yes, I do have to kill Ozai, but now I'm seeing his lineage, and now he's being humanized even more to me, because now I can relate to him. Because even though I've never met my great grandfather or my grandfather, I have had a lineage. I have a lineage of a great grandfather, a grandfather. I've had a lineage of a father. I've had a lineage. I've had best friends. I've like I will get stuff passed down to me as well. So Aang can relate, and I think if Sokka, even though Aang didn't, I don't know if Aang really knew his parents, and I don't think he really knew his parents. But I mean, he's had a best friend. We can see that. I mean, Appa is his best friend, and we can see that Monkey Yatso was like a father to him. So Aang can relate to having love in his heart. There was, even though Ozai was not in this in any of this in any of the flashback that Roku gave Aang, but we can see that the Fire Lord lineage had love in their heart. And we can also see from looking at Zuko, we can also see that he is also the end of he's also the end of that Fire Nation lineage as of that point. And we can also see all his changes that we can see throughout the show, his changes, his struggles with himself, and how at the end he finds his purpose in life. He finds love, basically, even though he ended up with Mai, but he should have ended up. We all know he should have ended up with Katara. Um, so we find out that there is ability, there's a capability of love in the Fire Nation. Human, there is there's humanization within the Fire Nation lineage, and that could put anybody, and I mean, well, maybe not a psychopath maybe not a psychopath, but that could put anybody in who sees that vision. Anyone could be like, oh shoot, maybe I need to think twice about you. Like, you know that you have to do it, but then this makes you think, who, even though we don't know who, if he loved anybody at that point. He didn't love his wife, he didn't love his dad, he didn't love his brother, he didn't love his son. I don't even think he liked Azula. He loved Azula. He just he tolerated her because she was a benefit towards him. That's the only reason. He didn't even love Azula. He only loved himself. So but Zuko is a product of Ozai. And if Zuko can love, then Ozai can be an actual human. He is an actual human being at this point. He is an act. Aang finally realizes he is an actual human being, and that also the other episode where Katara finds they were still at what's it called? Oh, I can't think of the beach, but he was still at they were still at the beach hiding out, and and Katara found the little picture, and she thought it was Zuko, but he was like, no. And Zuko said, no, that's actually my father. And Katara's like, but he's so cute and innocent. Again, that's showing everyone was born a baby. And the last thing in one of the last scenes in Avatar, the Avatar and the Fire Lord episode, is Aang tells the whole gang the vision of what he saw, and Toph didn't really understand it because she's she's been, I don't think she wasn't directly affected by the war either, because when we saw her, she lived a very sheltered life. She was rich, so I don't think she was directly affected by the war, but I know she's probably heard of it. But it's like Toph didn't understand that, like, at the end, yes, Sozin betrayed Roku, but that wasn't the point of the entire thing. And Aang said anybody is able to commit great good or great evil. And it's just like, we couldn't imagine, because we know Aang, but Aang could have been a T. It was up to him to choose whether he wanted to be a good avatar or not. I mean, it's still his choice at the end of the day. It's like, if you ever watched Dragon Ball Super with the Zamasu arc. I know a lot of people were very um disheartened with the Zamasu arc because of how it ended. But Zamasu was a Kai. He was the creator. He was a Kai. He was a god, basically, who was set on, like, making sure he was making sure about of promoting the good within the universe. But then he finally noticed that not everyone's good, and I have to since everyone is capable of being evil, I have to get rid of all the evil. And he himself became evil at that point. So it's just like Vegeta, again, another Dragon Ball reference. Vegeta, he would just destroy anything that was in his way. But Goku took a chance on him, like Goku does. He took a chance on him, like he did with Piccolo and Yamcha. Well, Yamcha wasn't that bad, obviously. Yamcha and Krillin were not that bad. Tien wasn't that bad either. Well, they weren't Saiyans, but he took a chance on Vegeta, and Vegeta turned out to be one of the great defenders of Earth. And he has a kid now. He has a wife or girlfriend. I don't know. We still don't know the confirmation of what if Bulma is a wife or girlfriend. So, but now Vegeta is fighting alongside Goku as one of its defenders. Even though Vegeta is a hothead, we have seen his whole entire struggle with good and evil, with his pride, just like Zuko has. So in a way, Zuko and Vegeta are kind of alike, but that's another video for another story. So in conclusion, I just would like, this is in my opinion, but I am saying that when we see the humanistic side of people, is that a word? If we see the humanistic qualities of people, we can relate to that, and we see, oh, that's something that I have. I have family. I have love. I know where you're coming from. And it's just like, I know some people are going to get mad about this, but if you've ever done research on Hitler, okay, he was abused as a child, and the only person he ever truly loved was his mother, because his mother would take care of him. His father hated him for some reason. And we understand why. As a person, I could not understand what Hitler did as when he was older, but I can understand to this day what I can understand why he would I can understand he would turn why people would turn to be evil, cuz he was showed how to be evil. And if you ever look at Mein Kampf that he wrote, it's called called Mein Kampf. It means my struggle in um, German. He says, "I love my mother, but I respected my father." So he was taught at a young age, you need to be feared, or you will never get what you want. And I can understand that. If someone was beating me, I would do everything they say just to avoid not getting beat. And I would tend to have an amicable relationship with someone who tries to save me from beatings. I'm not. I just want to say I am not saying what Hitler did was right, obviously, but I'm saying if you understand his struggle at the end, I mean at the beginning of his life, you can understand what happens. And like there's always this joke that's like, would you go back in time and kill baby Hitler? And people are just like, don't really know how to answer that question, because he's a baby. We all start as babies. We don't know what anything is. We just want to be held. We want to be loved as a baby. We want food as a baby. We want to know that we are secure. And fact of the matter is, he wasn't secure as a child. Again, not saying that I'm not I'm not condoning what Hitler did, but I'm just saying. So I understand why um I understand wholeheartedly why it was hard for Aang to not want to kill Ozai. And if I was in his situation, I don't know if I could do it. I mean, at that point, it would be very if Roku showed me personally that that episode, I would be like, oh shoot, these people actually are people. They are literally people who have feelings. And I wouldn't know what to do at that point. I mean, I know the answer is you have to kill him for the greater good of the whole entire world, but I would just be like, but he's the person. And that's why a lot of people are hesitant now to kill people. That's why you see a lot of soldiers that come back from the war, they're messed up because they've seen a lot of things. They've seen people's heads get blown off. They've seen bunch of guts pop out of people. It's war is insane, and it can drive people to do crazy things. So I just want to give Aang the benefit of the doubt, and I'm glad that he went through all those lengths to figure out how to not kill Ozai, because I mean, it's a perfect ending. And also, I'm probably sure Nickelodeon would not want an ending like that. It was like, we don't want you to kill the main villain on Nickelodeon, obviously. And obviously, a kid killing someone, that's even worse for Nickelodeon and a Nickelodeon show reputation. So yeah. So leave your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.